In a world where whispers echo louder than spoken words, the royal corridors shudder with a shocking revelation. An audio clip from the shadows of royalty emerges, threatening to shake the very foundation of the monarchy. The former aide of Camilla, queen consort, has unleashed an explosive piece of evidence that casts a menacing shadow over the palace. The target? None other than the Princess of Wales, Catherine. Is this a clumsy betrayal or a calculated move within the Game of Thrones? Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. The dawn broke with an unease that hung thick in the air, the sun barely piercing the cloud of uncertainty on the day the audio leaked. It was as if the very walls of the corridors held their breath, awaiting the ensuing chaos with anticipation. The palace, otherwise a model of serene composure, became a hive of frantic activity. Phones buzzed, whispers exchanged like secret codes, and in its heart was the resounding shockwave from a digital whisper that could not be silenced. The former aide, a figure once cloaked in the respectability of duty now shrouded in mystery, had slipped out of the palace's grip with a legacy of contention. Some say their exit was marked by a silence as telling as this sudden eruption of noise, a foreboding departure that now begs the question. Was this release an act of vengeance, or a final whistle blown in the face of quieted injustices? Camilla, queen consort, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, inhabit a delicate balance within these ancient halls, a balance that this clip threatens to dismantle. Their dynamics, complex and laden with the weight of crowns and expectations, have long been the subject of public speculation and behind-the-scenes tension. Camilla's road to queenship was marred with public scrutiny and private turmoil, and within these confines, each shared glance, unspoken rivalry, becomes a tapestry of intrigue. In public, the respectful photos and formal smiles, but behind closed doors, whispers paint a picture of a less harmonious coexistence. This latest revelation strips back the polished veneer to potentially unveil the raw, unfiltered discourse simmering beneath. This clandestine recording raises the stakes to an unprecedented high. Why now? The timing rattles many a masterstroke to divert attention, or a strategic bombshell designed for maximum impact. The former aide has fired a shot across the bow, leaving interpretations and tensions simmering. Is this a personal vendetta draped in regal clothing, or does it signal a deeper rot within the hallowed grounds of royalty? For the queen consort, the choice lay bare: to confront this head-on, retreat into silence, or dismiss it as yet another footnote in the kingdom's long history of scandal. Her immediate response remains tightly guarded, an enigma cloaking her intentions as tongues wag and minds wonder. As the audio's chilling tones linger in the air, experts and insiders grapple with the centuries-old question: is history poised to repeat itself within the royal family? Behind the glittering tiaras and poised appearances, there lies the hidden battle of a beloved royal. Catherine, Princess of Wales, has silently fought her demons. But what happens when the world learns of her struggles not from her own mouth, but from the scornful words of another? Prepare to dive into the vulnerable side of royal life that remains hidden behind closed doors. Catherine's life, often depicted as a flawless tapestry in gilded frames, is imbued with layers of unspoken hardship. Beyond the radiant smiles and regal waves, she wrestles with the silent specters of personal health battles, cloaked in royal protocol and expectations. These battles are not unfamiliar to many, yet when lurking in the shadows of palace walls, they seem magnified. Catherine, this iconic figure of grace and composure, is known to grapple with anxiety, a relentless adversary that chooses its moments with cruel caprice. The pressures of embodying perfection weigh heavily, not merely like a crown upon her head, but a chain around her spirit. In public, Catherine's every move is dissected, each gesture analyzed for meanings beneath the surface. She stands as a beacon of royal decorum. Yet there have been whispers, a fleeting touch of the hand to her temple, a too quick smile, or the subtle distance in her eyes during certain appearances. Perhaps these unguarded glimpses have spoken more about her struggles than any formal announcement ever could. Behind the controlled facade is a human being, seeking to reconcile her private battles amid the never-dimming spotlight. The support Catherine finds or fails to find within the monarchy becomes another dimension of this hidden struggle. Royalty, with its hierarchical structures and relentless pursuit of tradition, can feel isolating. As outsiders look in, they may picture a fortress of familial and institutional support. However, the reality is often far removed, marked by moments where tradition can stifle more than it supports. The Queen, as head of this ship, offers guidance steeped in discipline. Yet, emotional vulnerability may find more solace within whispers of understanding than in the rigid warmth of royal expectation. As murmurs of her struggles were callously cast into the public domain, reactions burned bright like wildfire fed by cold winds. Public empathy swelled, an outpouring of support and indignation amid the audacity of mockery. The world paused as if collectively holding its breath, grappling with the harsh reminder that even the seemingly untouchable royalty faces the demons many confront daily. The revealed truth struck a chord, a reminder of shared humanity beyond the glamour. The narrative spun by tabloids and critics is a cruel paradox. On one side, Catherine is idolized in luminous spreads, while the other side, cloaked in shadows, tells a harsher reality. The contrasting tales of media fabrications and the truth of regal existence lay bare a poignant duality of facade of fairy tales and the stark authenticity of personal battles. The collective gasp of empathy from the public does more than stand witness. It sparks a reckoning, resonating through marble and stone, demanding more understanding and less spectacle. As empathy for Catherine swells among the public, the stage is set for an intense showdown within the palace walls. Enter a realm where influence reigns supreme, and allegiances are currency. Queen consort Camilla, once ridiculed, now commands a powerful presence alongside King Charles. But behind her steely facade lies a complex strategist whose motivations are shrouded in mystery. How did she navigate the treacherous routes to her current position? And what stakes does she hold in this audio scandal? In a grand chessboard of power, Camilla's rise was nothing short of audacious. Once on the fringes, she maneuvered through whispers and shadows, embracing her role with a quiet confidence that spoke volumes. Known for her tactical acumen, she positioned herself as Charles's confidante, not merely by virtue of their relationship, but through an uncanny ability to read the political winds, adapting with precision. Her strategic alliances were carefully forged, revitalizing her public persona from that of a scorned woman to a respected queen consort. Yet even as she stood victoriously beside the king, questions lingered like an ominous fog. Was this transformation one of genuine love and loyalty, or simply the deft movements of an astute player on the quest for power? Camilla's relationship with the press was a dance of delicate contradictions. She battled relentless scrutiny, emerging more robust, yet distant. Public perception remained a double-edged sword, charming some with her resilience, while others saw guile in her smile. The media painted her as both the partner who deeply understood Charles and the shadowed rival to his former flame. With strategic silence and the occasional well-placed smile, she disarmed skeptics. But the divide remained public adoration and skepticism in balance, each day tap dancing on a precarious wire. Within the court, her inner circle was a tapestry woven with complex threads of loyalty and ambition. There, friends and advisors buzzed like a hive, each carrying their secrets and silent alliances. It is within these circles that whispers of the leaked scandal took seed. Speculation stirs: did someone close use this moment to shift power? Or was it a miscalculated move within the fortress she trusted? The truth lay tangled in whispered conversations, a web spun tight around Camilla, threatening to unravel her carefully curated image. Rivalries simmered just beneath the court's gilded surface, where envy and ambition could birth unexpected machinations. Some wondered if an old jealousy had resurfaced, driving a vendetta cloaked in secrecy. For others, power was the ultimate lure, an irresistible force drawing them to breach the sanctity of Camilla's carefully held confidences. Each theory a rivulet feeding into a river of intrigue, the true motives remaining as elusive as shadows at dusk. Through the years, tales of Camilla's alleged cunning whispered across corridors of power. She was said to possess a remarkable ability to remain 2 steps ahead, orchestrating events unseen and pulling the strings of influence with nimble fingers. Yet, in the face of this scandal, these whispers now threatened to seize the narrative, morphing mystique into speculation and casting doubts upon her intentions. The claim of orchestrated subterfuge, once barely credible rumors, now threatens to pierce the armor of her public persona. As the scandal blooms within palace walls, Camilla stands at a precarious juncture. her legacy teetering on a fragile edge. As we unravel Camilla's intricate web, our gaze shifts to the heart of the scandal and the former aide who dared to speak. Meet the defector, the one who broke the royal code of silence. Within the illustrious halls of the monarchy, where gilded secrets are guarded with more fervor than ancient relics, there once stood a figure who blended into the shadows, a ghost amidst the grandeur. For years, the unnamed Aide served under the flickering chandeliers of power, baptized in illusions of loyalty and grandeur. This trusted soul, pocket watch in hand, orchestrated the minutiae of life within the palace, each tick a testament to years of silent service. Yet the smile that graced the presence of kings masked a heart caught in turmoil, a heart that seemed to skip a beat with each whispered scandal overheard in marbled corridors. This transformation from confidant to betrayer didn't ignite like a sudden blaze. It smoldered, fed by smothered truths and simmering treachery. In the midnight solitude of opulent quarters, the aide grappled with an insidious whisper urging rebellion. It was not the pursuit of wealth or renown that motivated this betrayal, but a clarion call from a conscience long buried under the weight of deceit. Recording the audio was an act wrought with peril, as dangerous as betraying a kingdom with a single word. Armed with nothing more clandestine than a keen sense of hearing and a simple recording device disguised amidst personal trinkets, the aide embarked on a mission as audacious as it was desperate. Every breath held at the brink of discovery, each recording a potential snare, waiting to ensnare them in gallows gossip and perilous consequence. Behind the palace doors, amid the flawless facades and perfumed air, lay the maelstrom that fueled the aide's courage. The moral chasm existing beneath royal speeches, the vile exchange veiled in finery and diplomacy. The aide saw it all, those unspoken compromises, the smiles covering disdain, and secrets bred in bloodline loyalty. Each captured word was more than a mere betrayal, it was the crux of ethical awakening, where personal anguish clashed with the stark reality of collusion and complicity. Commitment to the truth waged war against the silken bonds of service, the struggle marking a crossroad, and with it a decision to lift the veil on insidious royal charades. Risk hovered ominously, an executioner's axe poised above the defector's neck. With each day, as leaked truths flowed into the public consciousness like a torrent, retribution became an ever-looming shadow. Cast out from the only world ever known, the aide became pariah among peers yet venerated by the nameless masses. Thrumming in hopes for an honorable monarchy, a dauntless advocate against invisible tyrannies. Still, the reckoning lingered like a specter, the odds escalating toward a collision of backlash that echoed far beyond the foreign presses that seized the scandal with sensational zeal. Finally, the release deftly orchestrated. Some whisper it was vengeance, a bidding farewell cloaked with antipathy. Others argue it echoed justice, a last plea to cleanse what time and allegiance pay out. Yet, in this perilous dance woven between aisles of power and public chaos, the defector's truth, once an echo in silenced chambers, proved seismic, rattling foundations cemented in age-old lies. With new revelations spilling forth, the ripples of the scandal extend far beyond the palace, testing loyalties and public trust. As the scandal radiates through the royal corridors, alliances are tested, and true loyalties are revealed. Who among the royals and staff stands by Catherine or Camilla in this turbulent hour? Navigate the silent tensions and whispered debates, the moments that could alter the monarchy's future and leave an indelible mark on the legacy of Queen Consort Camilla. The revelation broke like a sudden storm, its echoes reverberating across the ancient stones of the palace. Within the hallowed halls, where tradition dances with mystery, the fade of unshakable unity began to splinter. King Charles, ensnared in this web of whispers, found himself standing at a precarious crossroads. A wavering monarch, caught between heart and duty, watching as the woman he loved became the epicenter of disquiet. His silence was more telling than any words could ever be. It was a silent edict that enabled speculation to run rampant among those who thrived on regal disarray. Advisors, those shadowy figures who read futures in teacups and public sentiment, whispered strategies that promised either salvation or ruin. And so, the battleground was drawn within the palace, rather than beyond its gates. In mirrored rooms, the royal family responded with palpable tension. Each member, a player in this unfolding drama, chose their allegiance with care. Some stood resolute by Camilla, drawn by shared scandals and whispered promises. Others gravitated silently towards Catherine, their support an act of rebellion, cloaked in loyalty. Unseen motivations stirred beneath the surface, unseen yet potent, a testament to the complexity of ties that bound them together. In the midst of this turmoil, it was the informal council of close confidants where real power battles erupted. With subtler warfare, they whispered behind embroidered curtains, weighing the fate of bonds and inconspicuously playing the game of influence. Long-standing friendships once considered unbreakable now lay on the battleground of the queen consort's fate. With one scandal, social alliances chafed and cracked, revealing the rifts beneath the polished unity. The public, their gaze penetrating the palace walls, fueled the gossip mills. Media revelations surged in, torrents of opinions swayed by headlines more than happenings. Chronicles of courtly intrigue were spun anew, painting a vivid, albeit fractured, tapestry of betrayal and allegiance that left no soul unaffected. And amid this tumult, as damning headlines fueled further frenzy, advisors maneuvered deftly, playing a high-stakes game hewn from both tradition and innovation. Strategic devices were formed unraveling chains of old power dynamics, trying to rescue Camilla's tarnished stature without inflicting irreparable fractures within the House of Windsor. The gamble was immense, finely balanced on the tightrope walked equally by loyalty and ambition. Each movement resonated between walls that had witnessed centuries of conflict and concord, tension reaching towards some yet undefined resolution. As shadows lengthened across palace lawns and the air hung heavy with ambiguity, the scandal's lingering impact turned once tranquil friendships into territories marked by suspicion. Through it all, the quest for allegiance unfurled like a tapestry in a rising breeze, waiting to enfold whoever dared to seize its fluttering edge. Thus, amid jarring tensions, a quest for redemption emerges, drawing us into Catherine's brave new chapter in reclaiming her dignity. In the face of adversity, grace and resilience shine through. Catherine, Princess of Wales, stands at the heart of the storm her health mocked, her strength doubted. Yet from the ruins of deception, she begins a new fight not only for her own honor, but for an authentic voice within the royal fold. Discover Catherine's journey from the shadows into the spotlight where vindication awaits. The leaked audio, an unforgiving reminder of the betrayal by someone she once trusted, leaves Catherine faced with a decision. Yet, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, she chooses resolve over retreat. In the immediate aftermath, Catherine emerges into the public eye with a serene dignity, her eyes betraying not defeat, but a burning determination. Allies, like faithful soldiers gathering around their gallant commander, rally to her banner. Old friends, unseen by the public yet fiercely loyal, whisper words of courage. Behind the palace walls, staff members who see through the gaze of the public eye give her silent nods of solidarity and trust. Even the public, awakening to the relentless scrutiny of her life, offer unexpected support. It is this chorus of voices that fortifies her, reminding her of the power that lies in truth. Catherine, with a regal yet defiant stride, takes bold steps to reclaim her narrative. She channels her newfound strength into actionable change, publicly standing firm against the cascading waves of scrutiny and falsehoods. Through carefully staged engagements, she speaks candidly about her journey and the precarious world of mental health. Her transparency is her shield, transforming potential vulnerabilities into her sources of strength. As she holds down a trembling child's hand or embraces a grieving widow, the authenticity of her empathy is palpable. The public, witnessing this display, cannot help but come to a reckoning, a realignment of perceptions. They see not a woman marred by scandal, but a beacon of resilience and truth. Her voice, now amplified and emboldened, sparks discussions across media platforms and private dinner tables alike. No longer confined to the whispers of scandal, Catherine becomes a leading advocate, wielding her influence to illuminate the shadows often surrounding mental health. In doing so, she reshapes not just her own image, but the very fabric of public discourse. Her battle transcends personal vindication, swelling into a movement of awareness and compassion. The transformation is undeniable. Where skepticism once simmered, a newfound awe takes hold. Catherine does not simply regain respect, she commands it. The world watches, spellbound as she turns perceived fragility into formidable strength. Her journey towards vindication is an odyssey not just of a royal surviving scandal, but of a woman reclaiming her power in its purest form. With Catherine's voice reinvigorated, the queen consort's past comes under scrutiny, unlocking secrets best left buried. Secrets well guarded by time now threaten to unravel a reign. Buried deep within Camilla's private musings lies a diary filled with intimate thoughts and revelations, each page a portal into her mind and her intricate role within the royal landscape. As this journal comes to light, prepare for explosive secrets that redefine everything you thought you knew. The discovery of Camilla's diary sent tremors through the castle walls, an accidental unearthing amidst a storm of unrest. It was a humble find, tucked behind volumes of dusty tomes, yet its emergence was anything but ordinary. This clandestine cache of thoughts, now pried open for the world, offers a new chapter in royal legacy. Each ink-stained page pulses with the essence of Camilla herself, bringing to life her deepest fears that mixed unsettlingly with her myriad desires. Fear of losing her footing, of being suffocated by the expectations that hovered like a relentless shadow, is juxtaposed with a fierce longing to carve out a place of her own amidst the gilded confines of royalty. Here, amidst these pages, Camilla's voice emerges raw and unflinching. She writes not just as a queen, but as the woman behind the crown, stripped bare of public veneers. Her thoughts linger over the complex dance she must perform with those who stand as pillars around her. One cannot overlook the poignant entries where her pen lingers over the name Catherine. A relationship dissected with the precision of a surgeon's blade. There is admiration, but also a palpable tension, a recognition of the reflections and shadows they cast upon one another. The words paint a stark picture, hinting at rivalries couched in civility, a competition intrinsic to their shared sphere of influence. Camilla's contemplations on court politics reveal a nuanced battlefield she navigates daily, with tact and finesse. Her reflections draw a map of survival, an intricate web of alliances, feigned smiles, and veiled barbs, all necessary ingredients to ascend and remain perched atop an ever-shifting power play. She speaks of moments of doubt, where even amid the opulence of the palace halls, isolation taunts her, whispering of vulnerabilities she must cloak beneath regal poise. These revelations challenge the monolithic public persona. The composed queen, the supportive partner, finds complexity and paradox behind sealed doors. Surprisingly, some entries hint at who else might have stumbled upon these writings before their official unveiling. Certain musings suggest trusted confidantes once tasked with keeping her secrets, or perhaps unwitting allies whose discretion was assumed rather than explicitly granted. Was it an act of trust or a calculated relinquishment, knowing that even secrets needed allies within the palace maze? Such questions weave an irresistible intrigue, engaging the collective curiosity of all who cross the threshold into Camilla's inner sanctum. As Camilla's secret world opens before us, the storm calms with hope on the horizon. Royal bridges are mended, and unity is envisioned. From fractures, a stronger monarchy emerges united and resilient. As royal tensions ease, healing paves the way for a new era of trust and transparency. Yet within this renewal lies the question of legacy. How will future generations remember the scandal and the resilience forged in its wake? Journey into the reimagined monarchy, where past lessons guide a hopeful vision for tomorrow. Embracing the embers of past conflicts, the royal family steps forward to publicly heal and reclaim a sense of unity that had long seemed elusive. Placing trust at the forefront, they eschew the veils of secrecy that once defined their halls. By opening dialogue with both the people and each other, they begin to weave a tapestry where truth and tradition flourish together. Ceremonies, once hidden behind closed doors, become occasions of transparency, sparking hope in a public weary of half-truths. These gestures are not mere spectacles, but pledges of resolve. The reimagined roles within the family underscore this newfound purpose. No longer tethered to roles of mere formality, members embrace duties of substance, nurturing an environment where service exists above spectacle. The echoes of laughter and unity during occasions of grand celebration serve as markers of their recommitment to the people. In these moments, the monarchy not only claims its resolve, but also redefines itself with a rejuvenated purpose. The calmed storm leaves waves upon the public image of the monarchy, ripples of change that stretch far beyond the gates of palaces. At its core, the monarchy now embodies a beacon of accountability, projecting an image of fortitude built on learned lessons rather than inherited privilege. Public perception, once mired in skepticism, begins to shift. The story of scandal transforms into one of redemption, where the values of transparency and integrity stand tall. Crucially, transparency becomes more than a ritual. It is the cornerstone of a royal vision that vows to build bridges rather than walls. The monarchy actively invites scrutiny and insists on clarity, recognizing that its survival in the modern age hinges upon the trust it earns anew. Instead of remaining enshrined in mystery, the crown now speaks openly of its challenges and triumphs, engaging in a dialogue that links the past to an evolving future. Yet amid this transformation lies the contemplation of tradition, examined through the lens of the recent upheaval. Such experiences question how royal customs will be viewed by subsequent generations. Will these traditions stand unchanged, tokens of a bygone era, or will they evolve in harmony with this new cadence of openness? The potential long-term impacts on royal traditions loom, casting a shadow of curiosity and anticipation over the unfolding narrative. Amid these profound changes, the figures of Catherine and Camilla emerge as timeless beacons. Both have navigated tumultuous paths marked by perseverance and quiet strength. Their legacy lies not in notoriety but in the imprints of dignified resilience and compassion that continue to inspire. It is within these stories of individual fortitude that the broader tale of the monarchy finds echoes of hope and determination. As the final chapter unfolds, we are reminded that the royal melody is an unresolved symphony, undaunted, echoing, and always poised for its next crescendo.